When you work in tech at Cox, you get to do meaningful work every day. You get to be the biker who codes as fast as he rides, crafting advanced tech solutions that transform car buying. Or a guitarist who develops harmonious apps and websites, connecting people to people and businesses, all in real time. A savvy soccer mom running solution sets as passionately as she runs gameplays. Be the super secret keeper, designing cybersecurity systems to protect private data and websites. A planet protector, expanding EV battery life and inventing more ways to build a better future for all. When you work in tech at Cox, you get to do career-defining work that solves the greatest problems of our time. Join us and connect to work that improves lives, including yours. Learn more about our family of businesses at cox.career/tech.
Audio Jungle.
Good evening. Welcome to WSBI, your Resource for Success podcast program, where you get to meet inspiring women-owned businesses from across the country. My name is Kimberly McLemore, and I am your host. With us, we have Catherine Causby, Realtor for Keller Williams. Welcome, Catherine.
Hey guys, how are you doing today?
We're doing great. How are you?
I'm doing wonderful. Thank you so much for having me on your podcast. I'm so excited to be here.
Well, I am glad that I had the opportunity to get this right. We've been trying to get this interview together for a while now, so I'm real excited.
No, this is going to be exciting. I'm happy to be here.
Well, great. It's a pleasure having you. Just tell the listeners a little bit about yourself.
So yes, as you mentioned before, I am a realtor with Keller Williams. My family we're from Georgia. I'm a Georgia Peach, but we relocated to Virginia where I met the lovely Kimberly, due to the military. And I got my realtor license back in 2016, where I also met Kimberly in the class. That was a disaster, but that's another story for another day. And I've been doing real estate ever since. I really, really enjoyed it. This is, like my dream job since I was a little girl. I enjoy doing what I do. And I'm so excited to kind of move my business from Virginia, where we are now, to now a new horizon that we're going to go up to in Georgia. So I'm exciting times, and I'm ready for the change. I'm ready for the challenge.
Awesome. Well, this is great. We're going to backtrack just a little bit. So you said that you've only been a realtor course for about a year or so. And of course, obviously, we talked a little bit about the fact that we have met each other through that realtor class, which we will dive into, because at the end of the day, it was good to some extent, but yes, it was somewhat of a disaster. And a big part of that disaster, I think, for both of our experiences was the fact that the business section of it just was not fluid enough, and I think that was a huge disappointment for me, and part of the reason I think that I not further into being a realtor, even though I passed a portion of the testing, but it was very difficult, and I applaud anybody who went through that class with us, or either other classes, and and have made it, and you are one of those individuals who have made it, and it's an awesome thing. But explain to me a little bit about, and to our listeners, what did you do prior to becoming a realtor, and why was it so important for you to be a realtor?
Well, that's great. I totally forgot about what I used to do. So before I was a realtor, what I did my career was I actually owned a real estate investment company where we like flipping houses. So we were mainly based out of DC and Maryland, where we went in and found ugly houses and basically made them pretty and sold them for a profit. It was my partner and I. She's a former military spouse as well. We did that for a couple of months before she actually got moved to Hawaii for the military. So I was here by myself, and then I started to get into real estate in the residential side as far as buying and selling, helping clients. Before that, I was actually an admin assistant for this company called IMG Consulting, and it's my father-in-law actually runs this company. It's consulting for small businesses and minority businesses. And he does that based out of Atlanta, and I was his admin assistant. So, and then before that, I worked in Chase in banking. So I feel like I have kind of a diverse, I've kind of had my toe in a lot of little ponds.
Right. So
I come from like a background. I've never really followed a passion up until I got into real estate. So, yeah.
Okay. Yeah. And I'd like what you just said, that, even though you had your like I said, your toes a little bit in the pond here or there, but the one thing that stood out to me is the fact that you talked about your passion. And I think that that's the most important piece about wanting to come into any business, is that what are you truly passionate about? And you, I think, originally probably found a lot of your niche or wanting to get involved in the realty piece when you had when you were flipping houses with your partner. And so to be able to take that next step, I think is excellent that you've done. So that word passion just really stands out, because I think most people, even though they want to come into business, they're really not sure if that is their true passion.
And say that a lot of people think that real estate and becoming a realtor is kind of like a part-time hobby type of thing, and it's a get quick or get rich quick type of thing, and it's really not. You really have to have a passion, or you really have to be business oriented. If you don't have a passion for it, where you want to put your blood, sweat, and tears into this and grow it, but you want to make some money quick or kind of supplement your income in a certain kind of way, you really have to have that business mindset. This is not a hobby. This is something that you have to treat like a business, have a P&L statement, and really be serious about it, because otherwise you'll be paying more money trying to keep your license instead of making the money selling houses. Right.
And I agree with that, because I know that some of the complaints I've heard, a quick example, a colleague of mine is looking for a home, and she was going through all these issues of just the realtor not doing this full time, and like I said, I think a big part of that, the problem was for them, is that it really was not his passion to be a realtor full time. It was a gig, and because in his mindset it was a gig, makes things very difficult for that client, to be there for them 100% when they need you. So I agree with you on that anything that you're going to do in business, even if you are only doing it part-time, you still need to have a full passion, and you need to dive into it 100%. Otherwise, people aren't going to take you seriously.
Nope. And it's sad to say, because like I said before, it's a huge misconception that you can just get into real estate. It's going to be super easy. You can just sell a couple houses, and then boom, you're a millionaire. It doesn't work that way.
Right. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
And I'm just saying that you just have to put a lot of work to get where you desire to be. Now, if you desired to kind of just, like part-time and just make 1 or 2 sales a year, just maybe for a family vacation, just enough, income for that, $2,000, $3,000, $1,000, then sure, this is a great avenue for that. But, for a person like myself, which this is my passion, this is what I've always wanted to do, and I've really dug my heels deep into this career field, I'm trying to go for the long run. I want to have my own brokerage one day, So I have to implement the things now early So later down in the line, they just become easy.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So tell me just a little bit about some of the challenges that you've been facing. Like I said, it's only been a little over a year. And I know that we talked, like I said, a little bit about having the challenges in classes. And you've talked a little bit about the fact that, you have to really dive into this. And, that's part of the challenge is that most of the things that we learn in class, it was not based off the business aspect. So just talk a little bit about that and how have you kind of gotten yourself fixed up, so to speak, to get through those challenges so that you can continue to move forward?
Well, I think the number one thing that was a challenge was the leadership and the people that you surround yourself. Because like we mentioned before, the class that we took wasn't really, I don't want to knock anybody down or say anything negative, but it wasn't, I don't think that the intentions were there. Mm-hmm. It was kind of just halfway done. Things were not all the way there. Taking the test was really hard because we didn't really learn what we needed to learn to take the test to actually get out of the class, to take the national portion of the test. Mm-hmm. So had we had better leadership or maybe more guidance in what to study, what to look for, what to expect in that aspect, then yeah, we probably would have all done better as a class. Now, after I, passed the test and got my license, I wish somebody would have told me, well, these are all the fees you have to pay. This is how much money you have to put in to become a realtor, to get just your license up and running, to even say, oh, I have access to the MLS, the FMLS, or whatever it is. Mm-hmm. That's a big piece. And of course, the other side of it is what kind of brokerage are you aligning yourself with? Are you looking for training? Are you looking for the movers and shakers? Are you looking for something to just pay minimal fees and use it, use your license once in a while? That's something that they don't tell you. You go to interview all these brokerages. Mm-hmm. Oh, I think you'll be the best fit here. You'll work out just fine. You'll be great. Da 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 da. But in reality, when you sign up for these brokerages and you see what's really going on behind the scenes, are they really doing that for training? Are they really giving you support? Mm-hmm. Will they be there when you have a question? Are they not necessarily holding your hand through transactions, but because I had essentially zero experience in real estate. I didn't know about contracts or anything about that nature. And for me to just go ahead and jump into real estate without knowing the contracts, the terms, the negotiation, how to negotiate for my clients, how to find clients, and not have them handed to me, that was a big issue too. When I aligned myself with the current brokerage that I am, I fell in love with the, I guess you can say, the culture. Mm-hmm. Keller Williams is big on the culture and the people. However, I did not feel that that current office was perfect for me. So I had to go around and look for offices that was for me. Not everybody's going to, be there to, I guess align themselves with your vision and with your passion. Not everybody has that same vision and passion. You have to find that, and it's hard to find. But once you find it, you better hold on to it, because those are the kind of people, that's the kind of leadership that you want to align yourself with and grow your business, mm-hmm. whether it's just to make $100,000 a year or become a mega millionaire real estate agent and get a brokerage or lead a team of, 200 people, whatever that may look for you. You need mm-hmm. to find right mentorship, the right leadership to guide you in that direction, no matter what the cost.
When you work in tech at Cox, you get to do meaningful work every day. You get to be the biker who codes as fast as he rides, crafting advanced tech solutions that transform car buying, or a guitarist who develops harmonious apps and websites, connecting people to people and businesses, all in real time. A savvy soccer mom running solution sets as passionately as she runs gameplays. Be the super secret keeper, designing cybersecurity systems to protect private data and websites. A planet protector, expanding EV battery life and inventing more ways to build a better future for all. When you work in tech at Cox, you get to do career-defining work that solves the greatest problems of our time. Join us and connect to work that improves lives, including yours. Learn more about our family of businesses at cox.career/tech.
My name is Cameron Jones. I'm a martial artist. My dream is to compete in the Olympics. My uncle needed a kidney transplant, so for him to have that second chance at life, it means a lot. I hope my organs will achieve greatness. I want them to have such an optimistic and positive outlook on life. That's just something that I want my organs to be able to do.
When you become an organ and tissue donor, your story continues. Lifelink. Register today at mystorycontinues.com.
Because you can't look at price or what you're paying out a month versus the training and the leadership and the value that you get out of it. You know what I'm saying?
Right. I agree with you. I mean, the key word there was mentorship, and that was something that, like you said, was lacking, I think, in the course that we had originally taken. And, to piggyback on what you're saying, that we definitely would not belittle, the program. It was good. I think that there was just obviously some things that were missing, that when you're trying to, once you get that license, it's truly understanding the rest of it. And just like you said, just getting the license itself was enough of a challenge that, we there was things that I thought were absolutely missing, because just that piece. And then, like you said, the other business piece, which was completely missing in the class. I mean, everything from trying to do your basic multiplication was even gone. It was like, and the first thing they tell you is, well, you're not going to need this when you get out of class. I'm like, wait a minute now. Is there something we're going to need? So, having that mentorship piece is very important. And that's with any business, when you come out, and even though you feel you have the tools that you need to make that business run, you're still always going to be running up against the wall on something, because at the end of the day, you can't do everything. And you have to understand those strengths and weaknesses. And I think that you definitely found that and really truly understood. And like you said, you were absolutely one of the go-getters in our class. And I remember that, and we had our few study groups and stuff together, and you were always on top of it, trying to make sure that you were going to reach that goal 100%, no matter how many walls you had to knock down to get there.
Yep. And that's just the kind of personality and the person that I am. I just don't have time to waste or to wait for somebody to hand me something. I learned young that you have to, whatever you want, you have to take it, and you can't be apologetic about it. You just have to do it, because it's going to better who you are as a person and better your situation. Now, I'm not saying go around and do some grimy stuff and, lie and cheat and steal people out of things just for your betterment. But if you're doing things of righteousness, and if you're doing things in a correct manner and not being rude or, nasty about things, the universe will bring that back to you, and it'll come back tenfold.
Absolutely.
So whatever you do, and me as a go-getter, and me as doing, I always try to make sure that the steps that I'm taking are the right steps, but I'm going to go hard 100%. I'm not going to be sorry about anything that I do, Right.
And you shouldn't. I mean, at the end of the day, when we all decided to come in business, and I'm sure my listeners heard me say this before, that we have chosen this, this route in life. And there's no sense in half-assing anything, excuse my language, or half doing anything in order to reach that goal. And, and on top of it, you're dealing with people that you're serving them, and your customer service is very important, and all these other pieces that come with it. So you cannot afford to be in this business and not do it the right way. And even if you weren't in this particular business, that's something that needs to be dealt with on all levels, no matter what, you decide to do as a business owner.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, I 100% agree with you on that. And, the one thing I want to ask, so a big part of, like I said, what you do is you truly are helping people. And being that you are a military wife in your family, so you have the veteran aspect, do you cater or do you work a lot with the veteran community?
Absolutely. About 99%, I want to say, are former military, active duty military, veteran, disabled veteran. That's my community, because my husband is in the active duty in the Army, and that's where my niche is. I live in a military community. We live in a military state,
Right. Right.
Any 30 miles, you will find a military base, guaranteed. So a lot of the people who I assist in either buying their dream home, selling their home, finding a rental, short term or long term, are military or are affiliated with the military. They could be DoD civilians. And that's the kind of crowd that we're living in, the people that I've dealt with. And I'm so thankful for them for choosing me, a military spouse myself, because I do understand the struggle of trying to find a place to live in 10 days,
Right.
or not being across the country or overseas and trying to find somewhere, a good school district for your kids, or somewhere that's easy to the commute, because we all know Northern Virginia is not easy to commute in.
Amen to that one. Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. Everything around here.
Everybody.
Yeah, because everything in this community, even though it seems like it takes you 5 minutes to get there, or it should take you 5 minutes, you might as well say 15 to 20 or even 30 minutes, depending on exactly what corner you're trying to get to, around here. So,
that Virginia, you drive to Virginia, 5 miles does not equal 5 minutes. You want to add 25 minutes for 5 miles just to be safe.
Right? Which is crazy, right? But we live here, so it is what it is. So, but also you're in the process of transitioning as well outside of the area. So are you going to continue to try to do work in this state, and you're actually transitioning to ATL? Is that correct?
Yes, I am. So my husband is getting out of the Army. He'll be getting out this October, and we are transitioning back home to Atlanta, where we're from. So my plan is to continue running my business in Virginia, because I have a great customers that refer me clients almost every day. I love them so much, and I hate to, if I couldn't service them myself, I do have other people that I can refer them to, but why would I do that when I have my business there? And then I have a business that I'm going to do here in Georgia, where it's my circle of influence, or the people that I know. I'm from here, so I know tons of people. May not be military oriented, but friends and family and coworkers and this and that. So my goal is to continue running my business in Virginia full speed with the help of an assistant or two.
Right.
And then come here in Georgia, jump right into the pool and get it in. I'm not going to miss a beat.
Exactly. That's the way to be. And, and the beauty about being a realtor is that you can work from state to state. So that makes it even, more flexible of a business to be in. And like you said, though, you're going to dive right in, and people who know you here, they're going to constantly refer you no matter where you're at. So, as long as you're doing the job and you're doing it the right way, that's the best part about it. And I know for a fact that with your personality and the person that I know of who you are, that you are doing an awesome job out there. So congratulations on your part. So
I appreciate that, girl.
You are welcome. You're welcome. So if you had one thing that you wanted to share, with a woman who's aspiring to be a business owner, what would that be?
I think that would be to have a clear goal in your mind. That's like an advice, a tip. Once you have that clear goal in your mind, find somebody to help you execute it. Find that you only need one person, whether it's a spouse, whether it's your child, whether it's, a family friend, or somebody in that specific field that you want to be in. Find that person and let them be your cheerleader, because it's hard. Making a business from the ground up is very hard, and you will get discouraged, and you will have, tough times. You will make 3 steps and then take 10 steps back. That's just the way businesses goes. You will fail, but my advice is to fail forward. Find somebody that will help you fail forward and not feel bad. Just keep moving.
You're absolutely right. It's a part of your team. Like I said, you need that cheerleader. You need somebody that constant motivator, because a lot of people don't understand that, when you're in business, it's not like having a job, because at the end of the day that you stop doing your part, you would no longer have a business, and that means there's no more income, there's no more value. Everything is gone. And once you're out of kind of like the limelight for a period of time, or out of sight, out of mind, people absolutely tend to forget who you are. So it's really important that you definitely have that support system on your side. And I like I said, I agree with everything you're saying. So how can my listeners get a hold of you?
Oh, yeah. So they can get a hold of me, Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat, Catherine Causby Realtor. They can also go to CatherineCausby.com. That is CatherineCausby.com. And that's my real estate website where you can find homes anywhere in the USA and look for homes. I know people like to go on Zillow. Go on CatherineCausby.com. It's the same thing, I promise. And of course, you can reach me at my email, CatherineCausby@kw.com. If you had any questions or concerns, you want to get into real estate, or you're looking for a house, or know somebody that is, I'd be gladly to assist in any way I can.
Awesome. All righty. Well, wow. I do want to thank you again for coming on tonight and sharing your story with us. It is just been a blast. Like I said, I've known you for a while, and I really appreciate it because I know you're busy, and you're currently out of town now, and we're talking. So, it's a pleasure. It really is. Do you have any last words for our listeners tonight that you might want to say?
Yes, I do, actually. First, I want to just thank you, Kimberly, because you're the bomb, girl. Like, you don't even know it. And you are such a go-getter, and you pedal to the metal. If anything, Kimberly, you're the one. And I also wanted to say, oh, you're welcome. I also wanted to say to never give up, because there were times where I wanted to give up. And I have two small kids, 4 and 2, and I always thought to myself, what example will I be leaving? What legacy will I be leaving if I just give up in the middle of my dream, in the middle of my passion? What am I sending? What message am I sending to those that are looking up to me? So never give up on your passion. Never give up on your dreams, because they will come to fruition. I promise.
Amen to that one. You are absolutely right. You are absolutely right. And again, like I said, thank you for sharing your story with us tonight. Please all reach out to her if you need anything, and especially if you are a veteran like I am, or someone who's still active in the military, or you just have a friend who's looking for a home. Catherine is available, and she will absolutely be one of the best realtors to work with. So please reach out to her. And like I said, for my listeners out there, I'd like to thank you all for listening tonight. I'm here every Thursday evening at 7 p.m. You can find me on the WSBI website at www.wsbillc.com. You can also find Catherine on there as well, and you can reach out to her that way. You also can find me on Facebook, LinkedIn, and Instagram. But until then, you all enjoy the rest of your evening.
When you work in tech at Cox, you get to do meaningful work every day. You get to be the biker who codes as fast as he rides, crafting advanced tech solutions that transform car buying, or a guitarist who develops harmonious apps and websites, connecting people to people and businesses, all in real time. A savvy soccer mom running solution sets as passionately as she runs gameplays. Be the super secret keeper, designing cybersecurity systems to protect private data and websites. A planet protector, expanding EV battery life and inventing more ways to build a better future for all. When you work in tech at Cox, you get to do career-defining work that solves the greatest problems of our time. Join us and connect to work that improves lives, including yours. Learn more about our family of businesses at cox.career/tech.
The most wonderful time of the year. Although, let's be honest, around the holidays, things really add up. But here's the good news. Only at Verizon, you can get a single line for $50 per month when you switch and bring your phone. So while ice skating for two is definitely costing more, here at Verizon, you can save. Gifts for your third cousins? Steep. A single line with Verizon? Not so steep. A real tree? Pricey. A single line with Verizon? Less pricey. Flights to see Mima and Pops? Those are up. A $50 per month single line? That's down. Even a trip to the Atlanta Holiday Market will cost you more. But with Verizon, you can switch and bring your phone for just $50 per month for a single line on unlimited welcome, with autopay plus taxes and fees. All this to say, during the holiday season, when everything is costing more, you can get more for less right now at a local Verizon store. $15 monthly promo credits applied over 36 months with a new line on unlimited welcome. In times of congestion, unlimited 5G, 4G LTE may be temporarily slower than other traffic. Domestic data roaming at 2G speeds. Additional terms apply.